Hey guys, welcome to the vlog, welcome to the studio. Today no studio construction, although it's still not finished. No tutorial, no tech review, no recording session. Today a special episode all about copyright, because as you know, in the past 2 days I had to deal with a person stealing someone else's song, releasing it on my label without me of course knowing, getting me into a whole lot of trouble, and there were a lot of people asking about copyright, how to protect your songs, and what actually to do if someone steals one of your ideas. So first up, a quick disclaimer. I'm of course not a lawyer, I'm not specialized in music law. I'm a label owner, DJ, music producer, and I'm doing this already for 15 years. So I know what to do and what in reality works, but I'm not a lawyer. So no legal advice here, just my tips and tricks. First up, let's debunk one of the biggest myths. People think if you make a song and you burn it onto a CD, USB stick, or any kind of media and send it yourself in an envelope and don't open it up, that this counts in court as evidence. It can, but there were a lot of cases where it didn't work, because you can open any envelope and fake it. So don't even bother doing that. So how it actually works, and I don't know why a lot of people don't know about it, but by, I think it's called the burn something, it was established between almost every single country on this planet. There were just like 4 or 5 that are not part of this treaty or law. Even China is part of it, even North Korea. I think just Papua New Guinea and like 1 or 2 small countries in Africa. So all of these countries agreed that copyright is protected for 25 years or 50 years, even after the death of the person. But during the time the person lives that created something, be it a painting, art, music, movies, everything that is creative, that it's protected. It's not like a patent that you have to register somewhere and pay a whole lot of money. It's different. You make it, and then the second you create it, it's yours and you're protected. No one else can steal it. Not the idea, not the concept, not the melody, and in the case of music. So you actually don't have to do anything. You create it, it's yours, it's protected. But in case someone else says that he did it first, or it's actually his, it's better to have proof. So the easiest way to have proof is to have access to the file. So for example, as a music producer, if you work in Logic, just keep a backup file of your Logic project. It will save the date with a stamp and everything, and then everyone knows when you did it. And if you can show up like the entire project, every single track of it, it's very likely that it's yours. And if someone else just can show like the finished waveform, the finished song, they won't have a whole lot of chance in court. If you work together with other people, it makes it a whole lot easier, because they can then testify that it's yours and they were part of it. If you work together with other people, usually the biggest problem is knowing who actually made what and how much money or how much of the percentage of the song. That's why I always have like a sheet, a paper, a split sheet, or at least an email with like the singer-songwriter, the guitar player, that states how much everyone gets that was part of the session. In the session we write the song, and that is also where it should be clear who gets what, so that there are no problems later on, because usually you get the problems later on if you don't deal with it immediately. So first up, keep something that proves when you made it. If you work together with other people, have something in writing that states who gets what and who did what on this particular song. And I know there is like a method in the US for I think 35 bucks you can register your song. It's not necessary. It's the only country that does it. It also doesn't really protect you. It's just wasted money. And in 99.9% of the cases, you won't have any trouble with someone stealing your song. Me personally, I've released like 50, 60 songs, and it never happened that someone, or at least I don't know about it, that someone stole any of my melodies or of my songs. The next big topic is what should you actually do when someone steals your melody, your music, the entire track, as in the case in the past 2 days. There are now 2 ways to deal with it. The stupid one would be to get a lawyer and just let him do everything. The smart way is just contact that person. Write them, say, hey, that's mine, how did you get it, what happened here? Maybe it's just a coincidence. It sometimes happens that 2 people write the same melody. Very unlikely, but it happens. Or sometimes you listen to a song and the melody is kind of stuck. You work on one of your own and kind of end up with something that is extremely similar. So just approach them, see what happened. If it's a one-to-one copy, it's an asshole and he just ripped you off and tried to steal your entire work. If it's a melody line, then go easy on them. This can happen. This could also happen to you. Then try to negotiate with them. Usually, just to prevent a lawsuit, they will give you a share of the song or might even credit you. That's up to you if you want to be credited. It really depends. If it's a huge hit, definitely go with the credits and also register it with your royalty collecting company to collect even more money and get what you deserve. If they're stupid or they argue they were first, then again you will need your proof that you hopefully collected and saved on your hard drive, and then it might end up in court and a court might decide who was first, who's right, who should get what. But this is extremely annoying. Another method would be if they don't write you back, if they don't respond, you can contact the distributor, or you could contact Spotify, iTunes, and just tell them about it and just copyright strike the song. It will then get removed out of all of the stores until this entire situation is resolved. This is exactly what happened with the song that was released on my label. The original right holder just striked it, got removed everywhere. I have to pay a fine, and now I have to find that asshole that actually stole the song and that just made this entire situation so awkward and stupid. It's just stupid, like a one-to-one copy and not even changing the track name. Stupid. And just by the way, I know a lot of people said I should have Shazammed the song, but it wasn't even a song that was released. It was just out on YouTube and SoundCloud. So there was no way for me knowing. There is nothing you can actually do. Then that's basically it without spending any money or getting a lawyer. Because all of those stores, they have so much trouble with copyright. If someone claims something, they just remove it out of the stores to not get in any trouble. I think it's a little overreactive by those stores, because now we have a lot of cases where people copyright strike songs and get them banned out of all stores, just to mess with other people. You could now go online and take anyone else's song and say it's actually yours, and then the stores would actually remove it. Probably not with the big superstars, but like any like middle to lower artist on those platforms, the song will be deleted by the stores until the case is solved. Overreactive causes again also problems. So just if you see someone else using your material and you didn't agree to it, just get in touch with them, try to solve it the nice way. If they are not up for the nice way, then just get the lawyer and think twice if it's actually worth it. If someone just takes your song for a YouTube video or I don't know, for some promotional stuff, don't even worry about it. Those people usually don't even have any money and just see it as like free promotion for your song. At least make sure they credit you. If they don't credit you, then just strike it again. Those are like the practical ways to actually deal with these kind of situations. The lawyer route, always risky, always expensive, always annoying. Especially in those cases, it's usually directly international music, business, law, which is quite expensive. So try to avoid it by all costs. If you ever get in a situation someone says you stole something from them, then be careful, because this can happen really easily. A friend of mine, he used like out of a sample pack melodies and midis, and that sample pack claimed that it's royalty free, but they stole it somewhere else. So even the sample packs, you can't even trust those guys. So best is to create your own and be lucky that no one else had the same idea a couple of years earlier. But in most cases, just get in touch, talk about it. If it's just a misunderstanding or just a coincidence, usually you will find a way to solve it. But in my case, on my label, where this person just ripped the song off of YouTube and released it under his name, that's just like disgusting. I mean, just fucking go to the studio, work hard for years, make good music, and release your own music. That's way more satisfying than just stealing someone else's and at the end get into so much trouble for nothing. I mean, yes, the song has like 12,000 plays, which isn't nothing, but it's also not the world. So yeah, just please make your own and don't steal someone else's music. Sampling is stealing. I know a lot of people don't think that it is. Covering a song is also not okay. You need for both the permission of the right holder. Usually it's the label or the publisher. Just get in touch with them, ask them. If they do not reply, then it's a no. So no edits, remixes, it's actually all not allowed. But I covered that in another video. I will link it up here. For me, it's now time to just go back to the office and do all of the backups of my music. I bought a new server, so it needs to be filled. And also cleaning up the studio and building a little more like the smaller, finer details. The bigger stuff is now almost all done.